Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore for Monday, hey, May 16th, 2022. Yes, I had to look before I came on here. But anyway, we're going to get it. We're going to pour us a little bit of this, straighten our tie, smooth down our sideburns. And if you have any of those problems too, this is your chance to correct them. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Seconds.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
How dare you!
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore, your morning dose of creative conversation and coffee with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant. Get ready to start your day off right.
That's much better. Anyway, hope y'all are having a great Monday so far. I'm Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, editor, and I'm going to stop doing this thing. I am an award-winning author, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant, and we're ready to start another week of lively broadcasting. We got all kinds of stuff going on. And, of course, we are brought to you by Rising Tide Publications. Check out The Terrors, going to be coming out later this summer. And Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you.
You've worked hard and written a great book. Now, it's time to give it a great cover. If you're an indie author or small press publisher, Plasma Fire Graphics is your source for affordable cover illustration and graphic design. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you.
Check out their page on Facebook, then go over to plasmafiregraphics.com and check out, and also ask about their indie creator friendly pricing. All right, you're going to dig that. Anyway, it's Plasma Fire Graphics when the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. And we want to thank also our Patreon supporters who keep the Rising Tide going forward. And if you would like to see what we offer you in exchange for your monthly financial support, go to www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. And we'll be having that blog entry today. We're going to wrap that up sometime in probably early afternoon. So if you want to see what that's about, go and sign up for my Patreon page. You help us a lot with that. And let's see. I think that's all we need to get through right now. Let's get to your comments here. I see we've got a bunch. Holy cats! And let's see how much they'll let me see this time. Last time they cut me off. Okay, no, we got it from the start this time. Hey, good morning, Nevermorian. It's Nick Tockert at 925. How you doing, Nick? Good morning to you. And check out the Historical Fencing Guild from last Friday evening. Great show as always. And I hope everyone is feeling well this Monday morning. I am, as well as consenting. Excuse me. Sorry. Oh, that's what the mute button is for. Anyway, good morning, Nick and everyone from Carl Woodsman. Good to see you, Carl. Thank you for that screenshot, sir. I forgot to use it today. And I would remiss if I didn't remind everyone about Tidbits and Scribbles tonight on Michaela Jade's YouTube channel and probably Facebook too. 8 p.m. Central Time. I will probably be on a rant. So fun. I may show up just to watch that. Who knows? And getting my promo done early. Good man. I was going to remind everyone too. By the way, speaking of promotions, I remembered my book. This coming Sunday, I am going to be at Primo's Pizza in Carbondale, Illinois. That's at 604 East Pack Street. Or is that Park Street? Park Street, I believe. But anyway, it's Primo's Pizza, and I'm told it's a fantastic place. But anyway, I'm going to be there for the Greyhawk Gaming Guild. We are going to celebrate their 7th anniversary with a lot of games and also some cool people. Do I have the thing still up here? Looks like I moved it. Hold on here. Let me move that. There we go. And get that out of the way. Get that out of the way. And but anyway, Greyhawk Gamers Guild has. We're also going to have Santiago Cirillo, who is probably the only human being on this planet that's louder than I am. So he's a lot of fun. He's a great guy, and you'll want to meet him. Also, artists Jim Gillespie, Joey Dodd, Wade Moore, Brian Morse. Hey, that's me, Brad Moore. Yes, I will be there too. So it seems, but yeah, and it's Park Street. Okay, good. I thought that might have been it, but anyway, please come check us out. It's going to be going from 10 until 10 this coming Sunday. I'll be there from 11 to 3 at least, and bring money because we got all kinds of new books for you, including the award-winning Snow Shorts #2. The Snow Ambition is in this book, and it's only $10. So come get it. I'll sign it for free. You want one? And Nick Tucker says, good morning, Carl. And you know, if it's going to be this quiet, I'm going to have to seriously step up my game. Oh, dear God. And well done. I had to take a friend for a medical test, and everyone else must still be in bed, says Carl. And first off, near, far, wherever you are, says Nick Tucker, like, share, and subscribe. Our current goal is to get Brian to BKF to 1,200 subs, whether he likes it or not. Well, I'll tell you what, if I get to 1,200 subs, I will do that 12-hour show I plan to do. Although I think I'm going to set that up because I believe StreamYard will only allow me to do 8 hours at a time. I found out after I made my initial pitch from last year to get my YouTube numbers up. So yeah, I'm up for it. I'm up for it. Let's try it. And poor Don, as for everyone, do it not make me get out the drums, says Nicholas Tucker. You don't want a drum and nick in your face. And Don will be fine unless the friend gets sick from the test and starts throwing up in the van. That might get her sick too. She took a pail with her. Oh my God, I'm getting pale just thinking about it. And Nick Tucker says, and while you're waiting, what's your project? I am elbow deep in the research and notes for math for Buddy Lord and Telepathic Bunny's secret project. I want to be done at least a week early. And oh no, Hail Pale Mark II, the Revenge. That's right. Carl likes that too. Current projects. I'm still working on that article for Flinch Books. I'm almost at the halfway to the minimum number of words I need, but I'm going to try to keep this one fairly short. But it's a personal essay on my relationship to Ultraman and how it helped me, how the character helped me when I was in 8th grade. So we'll have more on that when the event of its release nears. And then I'm also putting together notes for the next novel I'm writing. 2 novels, actually. We'll work on them concurrently. That's going to be fun. Anyway, Carl Weston says, still doing some research and a lot of thinking about Love and Death Down Under novel, creating a reasonable backstory to my theories about the real-life episode. Oh, that's interesting. I know the one you're talking about, so yeah, that does sound good. The whole issue with the mystery from the police, too, is that you are writing the story backwards from the evidence. Carl, that's how many great mystery writers used to do it. Mickey Spillane said that he came up with the murder and the clues and then plotted backwards basically for like Mickey Spillane or whoever or rather for Mike Hammer or whoever he was writing the book for. So you're doing it right. You're doing it right. And I need to plug a certain Madgasser cheerleader. Carl, you have a wrench. Put that up there. And I had to think of a reason that a well-dressed man in the 1940s would be on the beach without his hat. That was unusual, but I found it. Oh, that's good. And Nick Tucker says, I am personally excited that you correctly guessed the case in question, but can you, dear viewers, guess Follow Carl Witzman to try to guess the mystery behind the mystery. This is like an old episode of Ellery Queen from the 70s with Jim Henn. The Hat? Yeah, that's right. No, I used to love that show, and there are some episodes up on YouTube. Jim Henn was perfect, and David Wayne, who played the Mad Hatter in the Batman TV series, he plays Inspector Wayne, his father. And what I used to love about it was a half-hour detective show. And after, just before the final commercial break, Ellery would break the fourth wall and he'd say, okay, I think I know who did it, but do you? You've seen all the clues I've seen, and join me after the commercial break and let's solve the mystery together, sort of thing. It was really fun. And I like to let you folks plug your work, says Carl Witzman. Y'all are still in your working years and need to build up your careers. I'm good here resting on laurels. As long as my writing pays for whatever taxes on sales and pays for my booth space, I'm good. I'm older than you, Carl, and I have no laurels to rest on aside from my awards. So, and blah, Carl, and this will be the last book you ever write. You bet. And keep at it, Carl. Join the elite rewarded ranks of Brian K. Morris. Hey, now, the thing is, it took me a week to get over it, or not to get over it per se, but to adjust to recognition and, people being nice to me and telling me I deserved it. And, I got a number of compliments last week at Windy City Pulp and Paper Con about it too. Which was really nice. It was the validation was just such a refreshing concept. Oh my God, yes. My imposter syndrome was kicking back up. It was flaring up again. Fortunately, I tell people Carl has got me, 95% ish cured of imposter syndrome, but 5% that was really getting me last week. And Carl Witzman says, I keep saying that, retiring again to do book covers and editing, but I have a few works sitting on the hard drive, so I'll be publishing more. That's good news. I have a speech writing award here somewhere and a writing award from way back. I need to put those in my bio, I suppose. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And good morning to Charles Millhouse, the award winner supreme from Pulp, the Windy City Pulp and Paper. Hope you're doing well this morning, Charles. And Charles and I are going to be together again at the Pulp Convention at 1100 Crocker Road, Westlake, Ohio. It is a great event. They've got new pulps in the form of like myself and also Charles F. Millhouse with his great books, including Captain Hawkland that won an award in Pulp Realities 1 through 3. And if that weren't enough, and God knows they aren't, he's got all kinds of great publications featuring Captain Hawkland and other characters. New cover for Absolution. And we'll also be there with Jim Beard and John C. Bruning of Flinch Books. They're always fun to hang out with. It's just going to be a good time. So please come see us in Westlake, Ohio, on June 12th. And Jeff Harper Productions, thank you for allowing me in. Anyway, good morning, Charles from Carl Witzman, making sure I'm still plugged in. And the problem with being Zen is you get rid of ambition. Then I'm going to be unzen then. And lots of storms here overnight, power outages all around. I could be next. Oh, man. Stay safe. Nick Tucker says, besides that, he is an international editor. BKM actually edited Glenn Fleming's Jack Kirby, Words and Pictures. Yes, I did. Where did I put that? Good Lord. Do not tell me. No, I put it under stuff. Don't worry, I can't get to it. Oh man, I am not. I've been up since 4, but I'm not organized yet. There we go. Yeah, you mean this book? Yeah, it was funny. Yesterday we did Sunday Funnies with Randy Zimmerman. Check it on the Raging 2 network. It was a lot of fun. And Glenn, surprisingly, mentioned his book, and like 3 of us hold up our copies. So. Well, Randy Zimmerman did write the introduction for it. But anyway, do check out yesterday's Sunday Funnies. It was a lot of fun. I was on there too. And yikes, Charles. Yeah, that was an odd storm through Illinois. Weird thunder that just kept rolling for several seconds. Yeah, I remember we got it. Well, obviously, we got it in Indiana too. Saturday was weird. We were driving back from Kentland, Indiana, of all places, because they had really good price on gas, and we were in that area. So we drove back, and we were going down the back country roads because everyone decided to bring their tractors out. And then there was somebody was driving down a 2-lane dirt gravel road with me, and they wouldn't let me pass. They were doing this thing. I think they were on their phone. And as I'm passing them, they're like honking at me. I'm like, what? At least I'm staying in my half of the road. But it was a really fun. We hadn't had a drive just for fun for a long time, and so we did. But yeah, we kept. The rain was intense, and it was light and intense. It was really coming in and out, really strong, and we kept hearing thunder and lightning, and it was. You count the seconds between seeing the lightning and hearing it. And it was almost like it was literally on top of us. So holy cow. And yes, Nick, once we get BKM over his imposter syndrome, we'll be fine. It looks like I'm still a work in progress, Carl. And I slept right through the storm, says Charles F. Millhouse. I think you did the right thing. And Carl, I have a single ambition to try to make things a little better by being a footstool to help folks reach a little higher towards their next level. Nick, as long as you let us pull you up too, all right? And then I'll let you do it. And then Grant Lankard, hello, Nevermorians. Hello, Grant. How are you? How was your sale over the weekend? And that's cool, Nicholas. And hey, Grant, today's raining, so I get the day off again. Oh, cool. I wish it was raining this morning pretty heavily too. My Calgon's still soaked, but at least I got a bath. And hello, putting on my like now. Thank you. Don't forget to, if you're enjoying any part of this video or plan to, maybe, please give us a like on Facebook, give us a thumbs up on YouTube, and also please like, share, and subscribe. All right. And everyone's saying hello. And I'm going to wait to click like just in case Brian says something really offensive. What are the odds? Pretty good. Anyway, and BKM could be a potty mouth. That's why Damien Walber's wife gave me that. Actually, it's more for Cookie. Haha, Grant, you know that he will now that you said that. I'm just joking. I already clicked like. Good man. And Cool Gamer, hello to you. How are you this morning? And only in Carl Wisman's Secret Humor Pages green room. And no more air quotes, progress. Yes, my work here is done. That's part of what I've got to get used to, Carl, is that I am I do have an award, my mini Katie, but this is legit. This is serious. This isn't like, oh, we ought to do something funny for Brian because he didn't kill someone. So anyway, Ryan Permisson, thank you so much for sharing. It's appreciated as always. And Monday, it is, yeah, Michaela, it is Monday. It's going to be that all day. Sorry about that. Hello, Cool Gamer from Nick. And from the desk of the Small Press Publisher, Joe D. McPhee, please check out this Friday, I believe it is. Joe is launching his campaign for Amazonia #7. Please take a screenshot right now. All right. And what he's looking for are people to go to this page here on Kickstarter and just simply say that you want to be notified when this launches. What that does is it helps him with the algorithms and gives him higher visibility. It does not obligate you to make a purchase. All right. In fact, I don't even think Joe will see if you have or have not done it. So we'd like to get Joe a couple hundred before he launches on Friday. And is that weren't enough? Special treat. This Sunday when I should be sleeping because I'm going to the Greyhawk Gaming Guild the next morning, I will be hosting a special episode of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and Joe will be my guest, and we're going to talk about Amazonia, and we welcome your questions, of course, so please tune in. It's going to be a good time. So anyway, we'll keep that up for a bit here, and actually we'll take it down because we need to see comments from you wonderful people. And let's see, here we go. And all right, and everyone's, boy, we must have got a comment dump. Holy cats, look out. We got a comment dump while I wasn't looking. Well, let's see here. Wow, what a comment dump we got. And let's see here. And from Desk and Gamer, and hello, Wiki, Michaela. And yes, MJ, it is Monday. Aren't we lucky? Yes, we are. We've got each other. And Ryan Permisson says, good morning, Nevermorians. How are you? Follow him there and on his link tree for all of his various places he could be. And Desk, woo, Joe. Hello, guys from Michaela. And everyone's saying hello. And Ryan Permisson says, if you want to be a guest on And I Quote, live Saturdays at noon Eastern time, but they can pre-record if you want and get some great conversation, promote your project. So get on that Calendly page and get there. Get onto that show. And morning, Brian. Hello there from Joe. Hope all is well since the last message. Sitting here watching the roofer remove shingles, last minute changes, and being forced to take days off. Oh, the one nice thing about roofers anymore, man, they're fast. I had a friend that had like one of those weird multi-level roofs. Okay, on a second story, and they got it done in half a day. That was astounding. And they did the new roof on this house, on the compound here. Didn't take them very long at all. Roofers are pretty efficient anymore. And Cindy Kemp has engaged her cloaking screen. Don't look at Cindy. She's cloaked. And Brian, got my room booked for the Pulp Fiction Con in Westlake, Ohio. But before you do, I am me. Okay. All right. Well, we might just sleep in Calgon. Who knows? But, we'll have to talk about that. And hello, Skunk Rocker. Mwah. Love you, man. Hope you are having a great Monday so far. And Ryan Permisson says, in case you missed it, check out the latest episode of And I Quote with podcaster and Superman fan Tyler Patrick. And then also the Raccoons with creator and EP of RoboCop the series, Kevin Gillis. And then also the interview with Ocean City Comic Con owner James Dufendock. And join him Monday at 12 Eastern noon as we talk about our upcoming appearance at Shore Leave this summer with publicity and media relations Mike Schilling. Don't miss it. It's media relations director Mike Schilling. All right, sounds good. Now, is he your director or is he the conventions? Let's see. And John B. Pica says, hey there, friends and foes, watching on Facebook while multitasking. Only John Pica can accomplish that. He is so awesome. JohnPica.com. Also check out the Back of the Cereal Box Network and backofthecerealbox.fun. It's awesome. And wow, morning all. Hope all is waiting in anticipation for Saturday. I know I am. FYI, the 4 versions of issue 7 is at the printer, and I'm waiting for proof printings. That's beautiful. That is wonderful. Groovy Joe D. That's what we like to call him. And good morning, Rick Bradley. Hope to see you Saturday. Hey, Rick, if you think of it, please DM me. I have a favor to ask of you if you are going to show up at the show on Sunday. And Brian may be on Tidbits. It's a wise little green guy once said, there is no try, there is only do or do not. It depends on how asleep I want to be, you know? You deserve my full attention on Tidbits and Scribbles, but I definitely want to show up. Because I do love hanging out with you guys. Eric Bradley says, tonight on R&D Gaming, the votes are in, and there is a tie between the NES and SNES classic systems. Come watch Rick and Donovan play those classic games you grew up with and heckle him and heckle Mr. Rick Bradley for his diminished reflexes. It's at 7 p.m. Central and 8 p.m. Eastern tonight on his author page, and there are the addresses. Look for RAD with 2 A's Publishing on YouTube. And let's see, and join us live Monday, says Ryan Permisson, as we discuss and review Glenn B. Fleming's latest documentary about Jack Kirby. The editing is immaculate. Anyway, watch him find all the damn errors. Anyway, so that'll be fun to watch. And tune into that show with Ryan Permisson. He is great. And hope it's all is well with your project. Sorry for being slack on promoting your and my projects. Dealing with life now as we speak. Sorry, Joe. Hope it gets better. And why do I watch on Facebook and not YouTube? Because Facebook likes live stream and long form video content and actually promotes it and pushes it out. That's true. I don't think there's as much competition on Facebook, but you do get better sound and picture quality on YouTube. Rick Bradley implores you to check out his author page at that address there on Amazon. You can sink your claws into the Nightmare Collective, eat some cherry pie with Marvin's Night Out, and bask in the glory of the award-winning Pulp Reality #1, Try to Hide from the Tales of the Weird and Strange. And Grant Langer will be at Fanboy Expo in Columbus, Ohio next weekend. That sounds like fun. Very cool. I'm sorry. I'm booked on Sunday, or I maybe try to come out and see you. And we're grateful for you too, Ryan. And you have a safe and productive day too. And excellent, Grant Laker says from this one, Small Press Publisher. Scott Cracker says, answer Nick's question. Cindy got back to me, and I've got some things to fix on the audiobook, so that's what I'm going to be working on this week. Excellent. That's great. And let's see. Oh, and Ryan has more. Joining him live for this Saturday at noon Eastern. For, and I quote, with Silverline Comics editor and publisher Roland Mann. He's awesome. I like that guy. He's so much fun. And wait, who is that driving a van up to the ring? Asks Nicholas Tucker. The referee is blinded by the high beams. Wait, coming from behind. It's Skunk Rocker with a folding chair. Clank. The champ is down. Skunk gets the pin. Yeah, Skunk, awesome. And that's good to hear, Skunk Rocker, says Jody McPhee. And Pittsburgh Book Festival was fun, says Grant Lankard. Cool. The mayor was there. Oh, awesome. He must have heard you were there. I sold lots of comics. Fortunately, I didn't have to bail Angie out of jail because she resisted the urge to murder the guy I share a booth with. I thought you dumped that idiot. You know, if he is that, you've mentioned on here that he is not exactly conducive to your sales. You need to either get him to muzzle himself or find another partner. Angie is more than company enough, I would think. That's nuts. And all you're doing is hurting your potential sales too, Grant. And Carl, you haven't posted the link to the Mad Gasser book. Stop the Zen and promote. Yes. What he said. And Willow Skyler Morning, my friends. Willow, mwah, I love you, hun. Hope you are doing well today. And Joe D. McPhee mocks us with his laughter. I've been there with my fiance at show too, with people I shared booths with. I haven't really shared booths with anyone if Cookie's there, because she wants to be involved. She wants to be active. And good morning, Willow, from Nicholas. And Grant, is that the guy who is sometimes creepy to gals? I can see why Angie might throttle him. I think Angie ought to just give in to her urge, frankly, because there is no place for that. And I'll be honest with you, Grant. I think it's foolish that you keep him along. If he is creepy to women, that's going to reflect on you. And the thing is, people talk. And I don't, either he straightens up or you have to tell him, I can't do shows with you anymore. Period. Because I've had some people that have behaved, that I have, had at my booth, that have behaved less than spectacularly. And I knew for the sake of my business, I had to let him go. So I did. And Willow says hello to Nick. And because Nick demanded it, there is that Lulu link for Carl Witzman's new book, The Mad Gasser Cheerleader Returns. I got to get me a copy next time I see you. And also check out, when you're at Lulu, also check out Donna Carlene. Check out her new book, too. And Brian, imposters don't get awards, dang it. I know that. I had to keep reminding myself of that. I think it was more... I kind of joked about it last year when I was part of the team that was on the award for Pulp Reality #1. But I tell people that I felt like Ving Rhames at the end of Mission Impossible 1, that I didn't know how to deal with being respectable. And now I am. And it's like, ooh, wow. Ooh, it's a strange feeling. But I'm adjusting to it, and it's not for 1 second that I regret it. And I am grateful as hell to everyone who voted for me. Thank you all so very much. You hear people say all the time, it is humbling, and it really is. I mean, when we were at the awards, we were laughing and having a good time, but once things settled down, I was like, wow, it happened. It really happened. And I've got the proof. And what was a lot of fun was, I think I was on my cell phone for at least an hour, emailing, or not emailing, but texting the other winners, because I contacted Charles first, because he couldn't go there because he had surgery on his knee, and so I was there as his proxy. Then I sent something to Clayton Merwin for getting the cover, and then to Stephen Burks for getting the interior illustration. And by the time I got them contacted, Charles was up and excited, and we actually talked live to each other. for a while, and we're both kind of like, "Wow, we did it!" And it was, and also it was really wonderful because they gave away a Grandmaster's Award, which up till now there's only been one, and that was Ron Fortier. But they gave one to the wonderful Nancy Hansen, who is not only a terrific writer and prolific as all get out, and she can write anything she wants. She's totally amazing. But she also mentors a lot of writers, and that was sweet. And she got the Grandmaster Award from Ron this year, and we had a live video presentation, and it was really sweet. She sounds like a wonderful lady. I hope we get to meet her one day. So yes, you're right, Nick. Imposters don't get awards, and I am thrilled that I am no longer an imposter. And good morning, Brian K. Morris, morning chat to Ninja Genko. It is always a pleasure and delight to have you here. Thank you for showing up. You're making our day. And Carl, yes, this guy can get kind of creepy. I'm proud of Angie because she doesn't hold her tongue around him like I do. Good for her. Maybe I need to talk to her. And well done, Carl, says Nick Tockard. Wield your wreck with power. And Joe D. McPhee says, I suffer from imposter syndrome a lot. It's a mental battle that never ends until you are comfortable in your skin. Yeah, and that's a good point. And also, like Carl says, only people who have accomplished something get imposter syndrome. Then you get the opposite end, which is the Dunning-Kruger effect. I think I learned that from Carl too, which is where you think you're the smartest person in the room, and you are totally wrong. You aren't even close. You're the opposite end of it. You are the imposter. But no, I had to do some adjusting this week mentally. It's like, and I got a lot of praise online for it, which was really nice and sweet. It was just, and even and my mother-in-law was thrilled with me too. So this is good. Or Donna's new book. Yes, that's right. Check out Donna's new book. It's also on Lulu. Thank you, Carl. # always promote your wife. And notice that Glenn's book is getting lower in the pile. No, I just moved it from where I normally have it. So, and Grant Lankard says, I'm curious how you guys feel about booth babes. The guy I share a booth with hires them. His comic book sucks, so he needs girls to sell it. That should be a clue right there. That's nice, but he's only going to sell that comic as long as he's got pretty girls there to sell it. I think if you get good content, that will sell your book too. And plus promotion. Promoting vigorously, but his online sales must be bad. I would imagine, and I do know some people who have hired booth babes, and I've used them too. To be honest, I mean, Cookie ain't hard on the eyes. And I've had a couple of my very attractive friends just hang out at the booth and be charming, and if it draws the dudes in, that's fine. Or ladies, whatever, it's like, and plus people can talk to them, which is nice. Jackie Nelson, great writer, Jacqueline Nelson, and I bonded one time because she was at a thing and people, were wandering by to look at her. So, and they slowed down. I tried to sell them a book. So, yeah. So, I get that. I think it's good, but I don't think it's great for long-term growth. But then again, a lot of people in this in both books and comics are in it for the short buck, not the long haul. And Donna is my only booth babe. She is all the booth babe you need, Carl. Seriously. And Brian, you must watch Seafood Monster Wars, an indie Japanese flick that hits the absurdist Ultraman button. I am writing that down. That sounds good. We'll write in my book here. Here we go. All right. Seafood Monster Wars. All right. I hope that's on YouTube. Oh, for those who are interested, I learned something in Chicago. There is a movie from early 70s, a Doc Savage movie with the great Ron Ely. And the movie fell prey to politics. George Pal, it was one of George Pal's last directorial efforts, and George Pal did the wonderful claymation stuff, stop motion animation stuff, that he took over from his mentor Willis O'Brien, who did King Kong, and he did like the Sinbad movies, Mysterious Island, things like that. And he did a serious Doc Savage movie. Unfortunately, there was a change in management at the studio, and the new management wanted to make the old management look as bad as possible, so they sabotaged all their projects, including Doc, which was given like a John Philip Sousa soundtrack and was edited to make it kind of look goofy. Well, somebody has done a fan edit on it, and I've been researching. It turns out there are places. It's nothing but fan edits on movies. I am currently digging into the rabbit hole to find it. So I'll let you know my progress. But I'll check that out, Nick. Thank you so much. And the reason I'm asking about Booth Babes is that Angie wants to hire out her skills at selling comics. I guess she would be a little more classy Booth Babe. Nothing wrong with that, Grant. And the thing is, in my opinion, then you've got two people selling. You can work on somebody while she works on somebody else. See? And as long as you two are using similar pitches, I'm trying to train Cookie to use some of the pitches I use. Although it is interesting to have her come up with her own, because it shows me a different emphasis that could be put on my books depending on gender. Because being a woman, she's going to have a different reaction to what I write than a male would. So it's something to consider. Yeah, why not? Let her do it. Seriously. And if she's being hired out by other people, so much the better. That's cool. And Nick Talker says the question of the hour, Carl, who else would you need? It's true. And Booth Babe says Michaela Jade can be good or bad. They can bring people in if they are engaging. If they are bitchy, they turn people away. Yeah, Michaela is also one of my Booth Babes too. We did Peoria Con about 3 years ago. Which, by the way, are you going to be there? I need to ask you about that, because I might get in on that. So, but yeah, well, and it's true, Michaela. Even bitchy guys can turn people away. I mean, I've seen some creators who act like they couldn't care less if you bought their book or not, or just, I'm busy talking to somebody. Just leave your money on the counter and take a copy of the book and, get lost. In fact, now that I think of it, I remember I was doing business with a gaming shop in Champaign, and they lost my business at one show because they were at a show set up, and I went up to buy some books from that vendor, and he made me wait 10 minutes until his turn in his D&D game was over. And, I finally said, you know what? I've waited 10 minutes. I can just put these back if you want. He's like, oh, you really want to buy them? And I'm like, yeah, what do you think I've been standing here for? And I never set foot in a shop again. So yeah, so it pays to be kind, literally. And Carl was, okay, Donna, get off that guy. He doesn't have to buy a book. Don't tell her that. A sale is a sale. And Will Schuyler says, I got to watch the eclipse with the hubby last night. Thank God I have the day off today. Oh, yeah. I bet that was exciting, Willow. That sounds so cool. And lightning storms are awesome. The ninja, they are. They really can. They can be very, very fun. I like them. As long as I know they're far away. I don't like them like directly overhead. And Carl Bryan is making an opening for Glenn's new Hatch book. There we go. And Grant, she would be more of an ambassador than a brainless Booth Babe. That's true. She would do it a lot more dignity than I've seen others do. And lightning storms are great to watch from home. Stink to drive through. Yeah, that was thank goodness we were driving down the back roads between Kentland and Lafayette. Found some really wonderful places though. That was a lot of fun to drive through. Where did we go? I can't remember the name of the place, but it's like we went down Route 24 for a bit, and then came down 231 till we got behind this trailer, and then we turned off on a gravel, what we thought was paved, but it turned out to be gravel. And that's when we were stuck behind Mr. I want both sides of the road. Don't bother me while I'm talking on the phone, sort of thing. And Saturday you're launching. Okay. I think you should start early. Anyway, because I said so. And Eric Hawkins, good morning to you. Thank you for sharing that site. Eric found in self-absorbed fanboy who uh, couldn't believe that a mainstream Marvel character that's been around since the mid '60s can't believe that anyone would follow him because he's never heard of him. Okay, and the Eric Hawkins, the cover artist for the Mad Gasser cheerleader, has arrived. And the Eric is being summoned by Nicholas Tockard. And hey, Eric, you forgot the Grant and Ryan. Good to see you. And Michaela J. The reviews are coming in for Warriors Honor, and they are fantastic. Well, you got to start with a fantastic book, and it sounds like you got it. And hey, the Comic Spectrum guys need to do an episode where you all review each other's books. We've talked about that. My book is 5 years old if you don't count stuff I've done for other people. Like I did Memoirs of the Morbid for Grant Lankard. And so that would be fun. Or I could moderate as they all review each other's books. The thing is, we're fans of each other. It's going to sound like we all bought each other off is the thing. And as well they should be, Michaela says Carl Whitson. Indeed, I fully agree. I'll be getting back to Nick's thing here. I would have to recuse myself from reviewing Eric's because I'm the editor. I am unfairly biased towards him. So, and I happen to be unfairly biased towards Brian and Joe too. And Clyde doesn't have any comics to speak of, so we just have to watch those. Clyde and I would just have to watch those three fight it out. That'd be fun. And Facebook user, greetings, salutations, Nevermorian. Oh, here we go. I know who this is. Kelly Austin. Mwah! Love you, Kelly. Kelly Austin says, greetings and salutations, Nevermorians. My book from the paranormal case files of Bishop Kincaid is in first draft edits and will be out this fall. I'm working Charles Millhouse to the grindstone on this project. Great stuff coming from Stormgate Press, stormgatepress.com. Check it out. They are award-winning people. And also check out, why am I pulling on this cord? I probably need to move that mic. But anyway, also check out their latest book, Major Marjorie, created by Tim Bruckner, who has a story in here, obviously, along with Clyde Hall, Jim Beard, Alessia Kent, and myself, edited by Charles F. Millhouse, 1942. Marjorie Pettis is the darling of the radio airwaves for her science fiction show, Major Marjorie, where she defends the Earth from alien infiltration. What people don't realize, however, is the stories are real. Check it out. And I've got a story in here about an alien infiltration. It almost happens on live television. So they did have TV back then. So check out this book. It's a lot of fun. Available now on Amazon and at stormgatepress.com. And that's Real Talk, says the Ninja King. We're trying. We're shooting from the lip here, we are. And my Peppermint Princess stuck in without me seeing her. Oh, no. And here he is. Brian! Glenn, got any books that you've edited? I don't see anything. Do you? Anyway, get this book available currently on Indiegogo. It's good stuff. If you call yourself any sort of Jack Kirby fan, you will want that. And here's some good news. Comics Unlimited #9 is currently in review on Amazon. Articles on Neil Adams and George Perez, among others, available for purchase in a few hours. And let's see, what is it? There's also a pair of articles by Charles Santino that almost caused a fight on yesterday's Sunday Funnies. And blah, Glenn. And disengaging cloaking screens. Cindy, yes, you're with us. We love it. And Glenn, tell folks all about Hatch. And Glenn is mocking us with his laughter. I'd love to show everyone the artwork I've just shown Nick from Hatch. You'll see it soon. And I posted here, Brian will edit me. No, I'm the ruler, so it'd be more like censorship. So there we go. Know your terms, Glenn. This is why you need an editor. You keep misspelling stuff. Anyway, Cindy Kemp says, I dodged a bullet. One of my coworkers was diagnosed with the super cootie this morning after a team meeting. Announcements came out this morning. I tested negative. Good. See, it does pay to not study the night before, okay? But thank goodness, Cindy. This world needs you, sweetheart, and you don't want to catch the cootie there. So keep us posted, hon. And launch party is Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, where I'm the guest host from the Deaths of Small Press Publisher. Please check it out. And you were never an imposter, Nick Packard shouts at me. In progress is not being an imposter. I feel, Nick, if I've got even 1% of 1% of imposter in me, I still am prey to it. But I'm seriously working on it. And, you know, and, you know, I try to be humble. Which Nick keeps accusing me of imposter syndrome. Um, I, I admit I accomplished something. I wrote a damn good story. I did. And it got recognized. And that's the whole meal for me, man. And just having this murder paperweight um as a result is almost like gravy, but just like Nick, how would you feel if, say, somebody like a Gary Gygax came up to you and said, "Hey, I saw your work and I own a copy and I love it." Okay? Um how would you feel if your favorite artist came up, shook your hand and said, "I just bought a piece of original artwork from you." You know, that's how I felt. I guess it was fanboying, I guess, to a degree. So yeah, it has taken some adjustment. We're okay now. And I'm on Ryan Permis's show tonight. He has the link, says Glenn Fleming. You're on a show? I can't believe you're broadcasting. Not you. And hats, as I swapped my summer and winter ones out last weekend, I count them up. I have 85 hats. That's Cindy Cap. The Imelda Marcos of Iowa, except with it's not shoes, it's hats. Uh, I can't throw stones. I have too many of a lot of things too. But no, but if you like hats, that's perfectly fine. That's I think it's absolutely charming, Cindy. I really do. And Glenn, you missed all the promos that we did for you earlier. He goes, I know, thank you. You got to show up, Glenn. And definitely not an imposter. That's me on Smashwords. Thank you, Cindy. And has a cool hat. I do, on Amazon. And yeah, and it's funny because I went into the dealer, just a little side, Cindy. I went to the dealer's room, Pulp, at the Windy City Pulp and Paper, and and they put Prose Press and Airship 27 opposite each other. And it's so funny because everybody's yelling, first Rob Davis yells, "They'll let anyone in." And I turned to Cookie and goes, "You gonna let him talk to you like that?" And then somebody yelled from me, "Where's the Fez? Where's the Fez?" And of course, I had this one folded up in my pocket. I could show them, and everybody's happy. Anyway, starring in Home for the Manatees, sort of. Coming soon to a Patreon account near you. Check him out on Amazon, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tucker. Big stompy robots and all kinds of great stuff. And don't worry, Glenn, I posted the links. BKM read them out moments ago. Yes, I did, Ryan. And good morning, Brian and friends. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well today. And Glenn is a happy boy. And yes, Brian, the whole Seafood Monster Wars is on YouTube. Yes, thank you, Nick. I will look for it later. And fan edit Doc Savage. Yes. It takes out the John Philip Sousa music and but puts in regular dramatic music a la Lalo Schifrin or John Williams. Okay. And any of the silly crap in there is edited out. They shaved about 10 minutes off of the thing. But Tommy Hancock had a copy and he said, it's worth looking for. It is good stuff. The quest begins. And Cindy Cap says, if you don't want to miss out on Home for the Manatees, you'll need to sign up for patreon.com/CKOEPP before May 18th. $5 to $10 tiers get the whole story in their Patreon inbox to keep it exclusive to patrons. There we go. And by the way, I have figured out something. I have some 10, I have only 3 levels, 1, 5, and 10. And I realize that I have not been treating my $10 ones with the love they deserve. So starting next week, I am going to do something for them that hopefully will make them still love me. So anyway, Cindy Cap says, new Tales from the Decoverse from John B. Pica. Check out both volumes on Amazon right now. All right. And I have Booth Dragons. Well, there you go. Cindy's got us all beat then. And Nick Tucker says, I don't hire booth babes. I do have a lovely wife and share booth space often with Joe and Trilliana Bachman. So attractiveness is present, but they are so much more than that. That they are. I must be way behind because I got the 3rd comment dump today. Let's keep it going, folks. And for audiobook voice recording, you need the Skunk Rocker Live. That man's got a glorious voice. When we run Michaela Jade's spot later, check it out. That's his voice. That's Mr. Skunk. I have met him in person. He sounds that pretty. But anyway, and yes, Nick Tucker says, don't gatekeep your customers. I will take anyone's money. I do not gatekeep. I will mock them though if they give me that malarkey about well, I don't read. You know, they always have that with a big grin. Well, I don't read. Somebody did that at the last last show I was at, and I snapped. And he had some. I think I mentioned this the other day. He had some slogan across his shirt, the chest of his shirt. I said, "What does that say?" And he read it, and I said, "I thought you said you didn't read, you big fat liar." And we mocked him. We laughed at him. Ha, 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 ha. Don't try that with me. Anyway, Mikhail J. PureIcon has no room for me, so I was told. I don't know what happened or something was said. What? That's crazy. That is nuts. I can't imagine. I may have to look into that. I'm friends with the promoter. I may have to look into that. Reformatting my education book for paperbacks. Oh, yeah, Victoria Adams. She's got some great work out there. Check her out. She's a lovely lady. And working on Animal Eye 3 art. That's Roll Cruz. Check out his art at ArtStation. He's got some great stuff. And lightning storms are evil, especially at night. Oh my God, yeah. For you, I would imagine. Does that trigger your stuff or what? And Michaela, is that Jen's book show? No, it's not. Share with us or Keisha. I thought you'd be in South Dakota, or I would have offered earlier. No, Carl, this is Peoria Con. This is held. I think it's held elsewhere. From the it's held up by the fairgrounds near the Northwoods Mall. But this is the first I've heard about that. And I gotta say, honestly, if there's no room for you, there's no room for me there. Okay, I'm gonna check into that. Nick Tucker said there used to be a guy who wouldn't. Let me try it again. I'm sorry, Nick. There used to be a guy who not only wouldn't speak to women, even to take their money in a certain comic shop, and would leave to smoke weed. Oh no, strike 3. Strike 1. Not speaking to women. Strike 2, not taking their money and the weed. No. That's crazy. Well, when I worked in a comic shop in Champaign, the old Book Nook, there were some of us just hanging around having that usual comic shop talk, and we had a lady walk in, probably about my age, would have been in her mid-20s or so. Just walked in and started looking at the books and was looking seriously through them. And one of the people from the group broke away, and I heard him say, "I'm sorry, but you shouldn't be in here. This is a comic shop." And I lost my crap. And I went over and I openly bawled him out. And I apologized to the lady and I said, "I am so sorry. You are more than welcome to be here. Okay? Please, feel free, But then she left and never came back. And I wanted to deck him. There's just no excuse for that kind of malarkey. That just hits all the wrong buttons with me, Nick. I hope I never go into that store ever. And get Neurosis and other cool books. Now, on a happier note, check out Neurosis. Check out Amy Hale's latest book. It is fantastic. And Hyper Sandy Books, reviews from Australia. See how the people down under think like us on their books. Check it out on YouTube. And Tales from the Cromniverse is still looking for fun for the crowd. Oh, yeah. Is he now? Okay, but check him out every last weekend of the month. Pops Van Zandt gets that CromCon going. And instead, I always try to promote Heroes Haven in Michigan City, Indiana. Pat is awesome, says Nick Talker. Is that where the offender is? I have to say, I love Blue Moon Comics here in Lafayette. I've shopped at the other two places, and they are good, but Blue Moon gets me. Blue Moon will sell my books. And Geeky Fun Around the Midwest, that's Quad City. That's Quad City Calm down there. Check it out. And Weird Twists on Fairy Tales, YieldDragonBooks.com has them. Meet the Dragons with a story by Cindy Kapp in there. And the colorist for Animal Eye, Denver Martirez, can be found at the DeviantArt, the Raider 05 site. You'll love it. And Clyde doesn't have a comic credit. What? Well, obviously one of us needs to change that. I agree. I think somebody needs to bring Clyde into the world of comics here. I've told him he could do it. He's a terrific writer, actually. So Mason City this weekend at the Indie Author Book Expo. I can't play, but you, yes, you must go. Drop by and buy all the things. Check it out. There's also going to be an Indie Author Book Expo in a couple months in Peoria, and one later. I believe it's in July. It's going to be in West Des Moines, Iowa, and I will be at that one. I think Cindy may be at that one too. Hopefully, more people. And seriously, says Nick Tockert, someone competent needs to do a Clyde Hall comic about Clyde Hall's secret adventures, keeping the forces of darkness in the shadows where they belong. Definitely, I'd buy that comic for sure. Hey, here's a thought, Eric, and we got to talk to Brian about this too. Maybe even Joe. If he's willing. But we got to get him to do a B-Man comic. B-Man is from Pulp Reality, which I, of course, have all the... Oh, no, I do. Pulp Reality, numbers 1, 2, and 3, where there is a superhero in the mid-60s who can get his powers from the B movies he watches. So check it out. Check out Pulp Reality number 1, 2, and 3, available on Amazon. And also check out, we gotta get Clyde thinking about that. And today is a good day to buy. Cindy Kemp couldn't help the Trek reference. Yes, that's true. Today is a good day to buy, Cindy Kemp. And Cindy has 85 hats, and now I love her even more, says Carl Witzman. I know, just when you think it's impossible to love that woman more, she finds something else. She's amazing. And Jack Kirby said to me, "You see what I see." Greatest compliment I've ever had, said Glenn Fleming. To have people you fanboy over say you did good, right? Am I right, Glenn? And Kelly Austin here. Yeah, that whole imposter syndrome. Not me, not anymore. Good to hear, girl. My book is in progress. New website being designed. Second book in plotting process. And 2 short stories in the works. The girl is on the rocket ship to the sky. I love that. Oh, Kelly, you have no idea how happy that makes me. You deserve it. You've worked hard for it. Let's get you going. And Nick Tucker says, Brian K. Morris, let's look it over. Varied, diverse author credits, incredible editing, a prosperous YouTube channel, working towards bringing your lovely wife home. You are an avatar of the American dream. I'm working at it. I really am. And, you hear so much now about, the financial downturn America has experienced. And we have. I mean, I own a little cryptocurrency, and it's worth about half of what it was a month ago. And that's fine. I never bet more than I could stand to lose. But I try, and I've nothing else. I want to be an example that if you apply yourself, which I didn't do for many years, apply yourself, do the right things, and get the right mindset, you can get ahead. Although I did get someone, I've got a couple of people who are like, how do I get one of those awards? It's like, well, write a book that people like. Duh. Write a story that people like. And, the implication is if you can get it, Brian, who couldn't? And I'm like, well, screw you very vigorously. But anyway, fortunately, there are safeguards against that sort of person. Most of the safeguards involve that kind of person that would do it. I was using a few examples of that at Windy City. Like people who had like Brian, I've got a 2,000-page novel typed out on lined paper. It's a barbarian. It's a multi-galactic, multi-dimensional barbarian story written in text speak. And also in future passive voice. When are you going to publish it for me? So anyway, Cindy Kev says, I have sadly run out of break. Well, I am sad too, Cindy, but I'm glad you were here. Don't forget to tip your host. Thank you. Bring Cookie home. Thank you. Go buy all the recent award winner stuff. Thank you. Sign up for Rising Tide's newsletter. Right there, risingtide.pub, where all my stuff can be found. And go to patreon.com/Brian K. Morris and sign up for Terrors. Then go sign up at patreon.com/Cindy CKOEPP before 518, so you can get in on the very first chapter of Home for the Manatees. That is going to be so much fun because she's just been writing freelance words and very fond of that one. That was very well done. So please check out, and also check out CKOEPP.com and sign up for Cindy's newsletter. It is amazing. It is a great read. It really is. And Glenn continues to mock us with his laughter. And Cloaking Screen is now engaged for Cindy Kep. We are glad you're here, Cindy. Mwah. Hope you're having a great morning, hon. And thank you for everything. And hats are awesome. They really are. And Incredible Glenn. Oh, Incredible Glenn. I think I remember that. That's that one where a scientist is hit by gamma rays, and every time he gets angry, he writes a book about Jack Kirby, right? And okay, here we go. And this is Kelly again. Kelly Austin, a heartfelt thank you to all those interested in me, friends, Brian Morris, Cindy Kep, Charles Millhouse, and the fellow Nevermorians who've inspired, motivated, and believed in me. We do, Kelly. And we are gratified by your success to be. I'm looking forward to it. I think you're awesome. And on behalf of the community, thank you for being a part of it. Seriously. And this is only the beginning. All right. And see, and that's what the Rising Tide's about here. And Von Mither says Nicholas Stockard. Okay. Rick Radley says there was a comic shop in Carbondale that would tell women they were lost whenever they came into the shop. Interestingly, that shop is no longer there. Yep. And it should be an empty site, really. So, I mean, I've heard of other shops that did the very same thing. If you were female, you were pretty much unloved out the door. So yeah. Whereas even back then, it's like these people have money. We want their money, and we want to give them stuff for their money. So it worked out well. And yep, it's all in the book, says Glenn Fleming. And no, I won't be able to do the West Des Moines IAB. I'm already committed to a Davenport QuadCon before Jen announced the date. I'm sorry, hun. Well, we'll find a show to do together. I promise you. And Brian Rodman is here. Thank goodness we can all relax. Mwah! Good morning, my fellow Brian and Nevermorians. Well, what a Monday morning it is. We are currently at $3,129 with 90 backers, and we have 6 days left. The Nebulizer campaign is facing us last week, ready to hit our final 3 goals. And congratulations on hitting your goal, dude. And also, Brian, if you didn't hear it, we got to get Clyde Hall to do a comic book. We got to talk. I think we get our art people together. I will do the editing. We're golden. And Brian says the nebulizer is about a chronic asthmatic and his feisty AI-controlled nebulizer suit as they fight through a post-apocalyptic world filled with allergen mutants. Go to that address with the Mighthead there and find out why it isn't easy being wheezy. Yeah, it's a good book. It is. I love the first issue. Everyone has loved it. It's like the animal eye of post-apocalyptic worlds. And it's seriously a terrific book. And right now, Brian's in the stretch goals. And if you have not looked at it yet, please check out that link on Kickstarter and please give it some love. If we can get 10 more people to back it, Brian will hit another stretch goal. And every time he hits a stretch goal, everyone at backs gets more stuff. And you don't even have to ask for it, all right? And Glenn Fleming says, when did I get angry? There was never an argument between Charles Santino and I. I respect everyone's opinion, unlike others. Sheesh. You're sitting there like, he's just kind of frowning a little as he was taking apart your beloved Fantastic Four number 51. I was stuck in the middle of you, too. It was dangerous for me, Glenn. I lost my mind. And if Clyde is up for it, he always has my sword. There we go. There we go. I think that's code. But anyway, I think that's code. But anyway, Brian Robin, seriously, I would seriously edit that. Because that should be Clyde's showcase. And we have talked about doing projects together. So I think we ought to just do something. We ought to just, we ought to put something together. I actually, once I get through a little bit more of my work, I'm going to write some spare comic book scripts. Some I'm planning on submitting to a couple of companies, but I need to get some inventory. And hello, Samuel S. How are you today? Hope you're all as well with you. And I must have been in a different dimension. Yeah, you were sitting there like, while the rest of us were like, interesting point. So we didn't say anything bad about the art. But anyway, I just thought it was amusing. And maybe it's just how I view things. Do I know that? Nope, not personally, Samuel. Sorry. but we're glad you're here. Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore, the interactive talk show where we talk about creatives with creatives, and y'all are creative, so we're talking to you. So anyway, we have inexplicably caught up with your comments. But so let's see. Oh, I know what that means. That means we went out this weekend. We bought us a bunch of Fog Lifter coffee. It's available at a place called Fresh Time Market, which is a health food store, and we've got one here in Lafayette. There's a real, so it's one of our favorite beverages. So, anyway, it is a football club. Oh, okay. I'm way unaware of football. Unfortunately, the football clubs. I know the difference between European football and North American football, and I do respect the differences. I actually like the European better, but no, I don't know it. I don't know enough to be a fan of it. I know certain names like the British teams when I hear them, but I'm not familiar with it though. Darn it! And Scott Carter says, "Well, it feels like the show is coming to an end, and I'm sure people want to rush out of here to watch Raging 2. Therefore, I will bid you adieu." Oh, that's right. It has started. They should be about through their credits by now. Scott, so glad you're here, brother. Hope you have a terrific day, my friend. And have a wonderful day, Brian, and everyone else. You too, Skunk, seriously. And so, Brian, what new comic series are you most looking forward to? Aside from Nebulizer #2 and Memoirs of an Angel 9 and Zombie for World of Oz, to say nothing of Amazonia 7? If it's mainstream, I'm kind of looking forward to... what was it? Infinite Crisis. It's like, or the one that's coming up soon. Whatever. No, I think we've had an Infinite Crisis already. We've had several crises, the DC universe, but it's the one by Joshua Williamson that I'm kind of looking forward to, that because I want to see. It sounds like he's got a new take on it, and I like it. Plus, this reestablishes the existence of the crises that was kind of wiped out by the New 52. So I'm really kind of looking forward to that. As far as indie books, I'm trying to think. I probably need more time to think about that. But anyway, have I heard about Marseille City? No, I have not. I really haven't. And Michaela J said, I spent the whole weekend in the garden planting things and repotting things. My first farmer market of the year is Friday. Well, keep us posted, sweetie, and let us know how it goes. And also, don't forget, 9 p.m. tonight Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, Michaela Jade's Tidbits and Scribbles. You will get stuff from it, and it's all good. And see you on Tidbits and Scribbles tonight, says Carl Wisman. I will hopefully see you there, unless Michaela gets stuck in the dirt, that is. Thank you, Eric. Dark Crisis, that's it. I thought it was Dark Crisis, but I thought, no, that's too easy. But anyway, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And again, thank you for sharing that bit of lunacy this morning. That's crazy. And I promise to watch the time today. Yeah, don't make Carl come in and get you. And everyone have a great day. Okay, Kat, are you happy? We'll go get some tuna soon. Yeah, I understand. I probably should make another pot of coffee. And I got things to do. As do you. So let's call it here. Say what do y'all say? So anyway, folks, thank you all for being here. Thank you for a lively show. It's been fun. We've had some good conversation here, I think. And I've drunk half a pot of coffee, so I don't get no better than this. So anyway, we want to thank our Patreon friends. Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you can support your favorite creators directly. And right now, tomorrow, we will announce the winner of the poll. We took a poll among our $5 and $10 winners to see what novel I am working on next. And I kind of gave it away last week, but we are going to be working on a sequel to one of our stories, which kind of gives it away even more. But you can find out officially tomorrow. We will announce that to everyone in a special edition of Every Blog Deserves a Name. And we'll post today's edition in a couple of hours. But if you want to see our exclusive blog, and see the levels and the thank you gifts we have for you, check us out at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. And thank you to everyone on this card. You guys, your support means so much to me and Cookie. It really does. And also, we are brought to you by Rising Tide Publications. Check out their newest release, The Terrors, coming this summer with a beautiful Jeffrey Hayes cover. And if you want to see what it looks like our other sponsor, Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you.
You've worked hard and written a great book. Now, it's time to give it a great cover. If you're an indie author or small press publisher, Plasma Fire Graphics is your source for affordable cover illustration and graphic design. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you.
And if you want a trailer for your book or comic that is that slick, you need to talk to Jeffrey Hayes. He is the man. Check him out on Facebook, and then check out plasmafiregraphics.com for more samples and ask about his indie creator-friendly pricing. You're going to dig working with him. He's great. And did you see that cover for the Terrors? Holy cats, it's awesome. Anyway, I'm excited by that. Anyway, please check out plasmafiregraphics.com when the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. And in the closing comments here, we got Grant Laker. Thanks for a good show. Well, thank you for being here, Grant. And yeah, Angie should hire herself out as a booth babe. And Brian Rahman says, I gotta say, I'm really looking forward to Hollow from Boombox. I'm loving their young adult stories. This is exactly what the youth need to get into comics. Yes, YA drama stories about the Headless Horseman. I'm totally down. I'm with you, Brian. No, it's a good idea, because like what I grew up on would basically be YA today. You know, it was safe enough to leave on the coffee table, no bad words or images. So yeah, I'm all for. I think that's something that needs support, Brian. I agree. And Keisha Akoff, hello, beautiful people. Hello, beautiful Keisha Akoff. Mwah, glad to see you. And have a great day. Love you, Brian. Love you too, Grant. You have a great one, my friend. Give Angie a hug. And bye. Have a productive day. I will, Michaela. You too. Mwah. I'll see you tonight, hopefully. Well, I'm late, so poo-poo on me. No, Brian, we aren't playing Amber in the bed sheets again. I've told you, I'm beyond that now. Have fun. Stay safe. And don't do drugs. And if you do, call Eric Hawkins. Thanks, Brian. Thank you, Brian. Brian, I love you, brother. And know that the offend was at another shop. Very good, Nick. Very good. And Heroes Haven isn't just a great shop, but before they had to downsize, I play tested Big Stompy Robots there. Cool. And oh, neat. I like the new commercial for Plasma Fire Graphics. Yeah, Skunk, Jeffrey got that to me over the weekend. He said, well, that one's getting a little stale, don't you think? Here's a new one. And I was about to ask him for one, and Jeffrey and I have some stuff coming up soon. I think you're going to be impressed. And Molly Daniels, I'm suffering from con hangover. Just woke up, had a great time in Nashville. That's right. Molly Daniels was at a book show this weekend in Nashville, and sounds like you had a good time. I was watching the pictures. That was so cool to see. And Rick Bradley, everyone take care, stay creative, and game on. And also check out Rick Bradley tonight on the RAD Publishing Channel, RAAD, and check out Rick and Donovan Bradley it's old school gamer versus new school gamer as they test out two competing systems tonight. Watch their fun and hilarity. Check it out on the RAD Publishing Channel. Thank you for being here, Rick. Good to see you. And we are going to take off too. We've got a bunch of stuff to do. And did some work on Calgon this morning too. Just rearranging and changing some things, plus getting some books out of storage. And also want to say, do not forget that this Sunday, I will be at the 7th anniversary celebration of the Greyhawk Gaming Guild in Carbondale, Illinois at Primo's Pizza, 604 East Park Street, Suite A in Carbondale, Illinois. The show will start at 10 o'clock, and it'll go till 10 o'clock. I will be there along with actor and activist Santiago Cirillo, painter, artist Brad Moore, artist Wade Moore, and artist Joey Dodd, and artist Jim Gillespie. Holy cats, it's a lot of artists, and one writer. Here I am. Anyway, we're going to have a good time this Sunday. I'll be there from 11 to 3 with Cookie, and please come see us and have some pizza, for heaven's sakes. And I will fill you in on the slight drama later. Looking forward to it, I think. Anyway, Molly, glad you're home safe, hun. Love you, hun. And anyway, we're gonna take off now. Again, thank y'all for showing up here. We are humbled by your indulgence of our quirks, which we display 3 times a week. But anyway, hope you have a great Monday. Hope you get a lot of stuff done today that's creative. And we will see you. And don't forget R&D Gaming tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, and Michaela Jade's Tidbits and Scribbles at 9 p.m. Eastern. I may be on there tonight. Anyway, love y'all. Hope you have a great Monday. And as always, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. Have a great Monday, everyone, and we'll see you Wednesday on a brand new live episode of Nevermind the Furthermore. Take care, everyone.
Thank you for watching Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide broadcast network production. If you enjoyed any part of this show, please give it a like or a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and consider becoming one of our Patreon supporters. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on Nevermind the Furthermore.
Secrets, trust, worth. The bond between souls intertwined within otherworldly intrigue. Michaela Jade brings forth the Elite Warrior series, a collection of dark fantasy romance novels set in a twisted world where power lusts in the hearts of men and devotion seduces the souls of women. Warrior's Secret, Warrior's Trust, and Warrior's Worth. Available now at authormichaelajade.com.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
Hey, yo, Pops here. Are you looking to be on Monday Madness? Is Monday no good? You need a special edition? Are you looking to be on the first timer spotlight on for you new guys? Launch parties, countdowns, CromCon Monthly. We got it all right here at the Madness Comic Network, providing online promotional services for the indie comic community and proud sponsor of
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit cb4k.org.
The original intention of the film was just for my personal use, but I thought with it being such a unique thing that I'd like to offer it to anybody who wants to see it. On the first visit, Jack took us into his another room, separate room, and there were these brown parcels full of artwork piled up, and he said to me, "You draw like I do." We were in the studio for 5 hours, you know, it was fantastic, and there's this, he's got this desk, and everything he's ever drawn has come from this desk, and then I would just go with the flow, and that's what this film is about. It's just a unique film of him.
He says, "I beat you." He says, "They say we came in under the dead heat." He says, "That's not true because I beat you." And the American said, "Well," he says, "if you like to think so," he says, "but I know the real story." He says, I know I clearly won that one." See? Well, Joe is 6'3", and I was a run, see, from the Lower East Side. And being Joe's partner was an advantage to me because Joe was believable, you know, they would talk to Joe, and the Goodman brothers would get to know him. Martin Goodman owned Marvel at that time. He went to his mother and he says, "Look, Jackie got a job drawing." He says, "They're paying him for it, they're paying him money for drawing." He says, "Suppose I go with Jackie," he says, "and he says, they'll pay me money." He says, "I'll draw and they'll pay me money." He said, "I'll give the money to you," which we did. We gave it all to our mothers. They called me from Nassau. You know, I lived in Long Island. And they say, "Would you like to come down and draw these guys in training?" I swear, this is not a story. And I said, "Yes, of course, I'd love to come down."
Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kep at CKOEPP.com today.
Stormgate Press presents Pulp Reality 2. 10 new short stories from today's leading authors and illustrators in the new pulp genre. Packed with pirates, private eyes, aliens, automatons, villains, and vigilantes. High adventure, wondrous fantasy, mysterious horror, and startling science fiction await. Pick up a copy and be transported to astonishing places and travel to amazing times in the Golden Age pulp style. This is Pulp Reality 2. Available now on Amazon.com. From author Brian K. Morris comes a tale of irreverent holiday horror, told with much inappropriate humor. Dr. Victor Frankenstein creates the spirit of giving himself. Ho, ho, ho. Santa Stein, or the post-holiday Prometheus. Available at Amazon.com. Get your copy today.